Sitting on the porch as the evening fades. Old man in the shadows with stories that invade. The wind howls a tune like a ghostly call. He leans in close as you'll hear their thrall. Legends of the night, of things unexplained in these haunted hills where sanity's strained. He whispers soft warnings, his eyes aglow. The things that you seek are the things you don't know. Oh, the hills are alive with shadows and dread. Strange whispers in the night, like voices of the dead. Bigfoot in the thickets, dogmen on the prowl. When the darkness settles in, hear the monsters howl. He talks of old legends of foul flickering lights, mischief in the moonbeam on those restless nights. The dogman's howling a sound that chills the bone. With claws like daggers it prowls alone. And Bigfoot's shadow towering and fierce, a creature of the wild, making wanderers pierce through the foggy abyss where they shouldn't tread, knowing not all stories are merely in your head. Oh, the hills are alive with shadows and dread.
And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Grandpa's Old Haint Tales. I'm back halfway. Still got a little bit of mud on the passenger side of my windshield on my right eye, so to speak, but I think we can wing it a little bit tonight. Maybe Grandpa will forgive us. So, what in the wonderful wide world of sports has our beloved co-host, my little sister from Coven of Curiosities, Miss Giggles, been into since I've been gone?
Oh my goodness. Well, first I want to give a shout out to Mandy, because while you were out and unable to attend, I asked her to come on short notice, and she did. So Mandy Stintler, thank you, darling, from Southern Ohio Bigfoot, for stepping in and helping out. You did absolutely amazing. I appreciate it, and I know Robert does too.
Absolutely, Mandy. If you're out there watching, I appreciate you. You done a wonderful job. Thank you very much. I couldn't ask for anybody any better.
Ease. But if you really want to know what's been going on, so my Coven of Curiosities has gotten bigger, Robert.
Oh, do tell.
Yeah. So it's not just little old me and Donna no more. I did a collaboration. I am now collaborating with Southern Ohio Bigfoot, Mandy and Rick, and Rachel Jones. I helped her get her YouTube up and going. It's the Haint Hexes and Hollers. So she can post her stories on there, and she joined as well. And then I brought in Chadwick Gales. He actually came on the NCI show when I used to be on with y'all. Chadwick had the three-toed footprints out where he lives.
Oh, he joined. Remember that now.
Yeah. So he joined us as well. And then my fiance Marcus joined in, since he's been doing a lot of paranormal investigating with me and stuff. So yeah, we're a full team. It's been awesome.
Well, you've been busier than a beaver at drought time.
Yeah, it's been great. And then you're coming on, not this Sunday. I think it's next Sunday you're coming on as a guest co-host. So I can't wait for that, to have you back on.
Oh, that's an honor. I will wire with a badge of honor. Hold on.
Yeah, I'm supposed to remind you. So I'll be reminding you. Oh, there we go. Now we're talking.
That's my badge on.
Yeah.
Can't have Grandpa's Haint Tales without the hat.
Here we go. This is Mandy. This is her new email, or her new looks like YouTube. Yeah, her new YouTube. Yay, you got a YouTube channel, girl. Woo!
Awesome.
She says you are extremely welcome. I'm just glad you're better. Big old shoes to fill. Thank you guys for inviting me to read. I felt extremely honored. We love you, girl.
Mwah. Thank you.
All right. So what do we got going on tonight? What is Grandpa, or what did you pull from Grandpa's book? All kinds, I would imagine.
Well, evidently Grandpa's book got kicked across the porch by the dog.
Oh, no.
Yeah, some of the stories got scrambled on my end.
Yeah.
So whatever you got, you can kick it off with, and I'll tell you which ones I've got.
Okay. Sounds good. Hello, Donna.
I tried every way in the world to scan Grandpa's book, and I'm honest, I don't know what kind of technical fairy decided to come in and screw up everything, as Cat Williams would say. It was more screwed up than a Dublin hardware store in the middle of an earthquake.
I love it. Well, sometimes things happen and we just got to keep the show going. Like in the theater, you got to keep it going. What's that saying? I'm trying to remember off the top of my head. It's, you just got to keep it going. Yes, the show must go on. Thank you. That's what I was trying to say. The show must go on. Exactly. So, are we ready for the first story that you pulled from Grandpa's, that you were actually able to get?
Oh, wait a minute. Let me rephrase that. Somebody might have went to Taco Bell. I better not say that.
Oh, I feel sorry for them too. They'll be up and down going to the bathroom.
Well, here's the thing. Everybody spends all these $2,800 through their insurance and everything for the colon cleanse. $4.95 Taco Bell, and you're good for the next 3 days.
Right? Just go get some Taco Bell. You'll be cleared out in no time, right?
You know how I know that?
How? Do I dare ask, actually? Do I dare ask?
Because I've seen me do it.
I had a feeling that was coming. Oh, I love it. So funny. Oh, my goodness. All right. Are we ready?
Roll that beautiful bean footage.
All righty. Sounds good. Okay. Actually, hold on. Let me get this. All right. This takes place in Yancey County, North Carolina. Folks up around Clio Park will tell you straight. There's nothing, or there, sorry. Here it is. We're trying to start and I can't even speak right again. Folks up around Clio, or Kello? How do you say that? Cello?
CeeLo.
Is that Cello? CeeLo. Okay, thank you. CeeLo Pete will tell you straight. There's something in those woods that you don't move like anything God intended. It ain't the size that gets you, though it's big enough to blot out the moon if it stands just right. Excuse me, it's the way it walks backwards. A hunter named Earl oh my goodness, maybe you should have started. Goodness gracious. Sorry, y'all. A hunter named Earl. What's that?
I said that was one chapter that didn't come through on account of the technical fairy decided to sprinkle that booger up dust.
Yeah.
Boogered up everything on my end.
Oh, goodness. Okay. A hunter named Earl was the first to talk about it. He was tracking what he thought was a bear, big prints sunk deep in the mud. But the longer he followed them, the more he felt the stride was too long. The hill was too narrow. And the toes pointed the wrong way. What? He followed the prints. That sounds kind of creepy. He followed the prints up the ridge, across a creek, and straight toward his own cabin. That's when the hair on his arm stood up. Because the prints didn't lead away from his place, they led to it. He stopped 50 yards out, heart thumping like a rabbit in a snare. The woods were deep and oh my gosh, the woods were dead quiet. No birds, no wind, just the heavy waiting silence that feels like the world's holding its breath. Then he saw it, a tall, dark shape standing cabin or behind his cabin, half hidden by the shadows. It wasn't moving, just watching. And Earl realized the prints weren't backwards at all. The creature had been walking forward, but its feet were shaped wrong, like they were bent the opposite way. He raised his rifle, didn't aim, just held it like a prayer. The creature stepped sideways, smooth as smoke, and disappeared behind the cabin. Earl didn't chase it, didn't shout, didn't breathe. He backed away slow, never turning his back on the place. He finally reached the tree line. He heard a low, rumbling breath from behind the cabin, and the barn door cracked open like something big had just slipped inside. Earl moved to town the next week, said he had rather sleep in the ditch than spend one more night with something like that walking like that. Oh. I think I need to go to bed or something because I sure can't read for crap tonight. Struggling. Well, I just got off work too, so I'm sorry, guys. I do apologize. So what do y'all think that was that I just read about? Put those comments in. What do you think? Let's see. Looking on Bing Maps. Is it Cello? Sorry, I know you just told me. View is located just north of Mount Mitchell. Oh.
Right in my backyard.
Is it really?
Yeah, if you go out in my yard.
Yeah.
And go 200 steps off my back porch.
Yeah.
Take a left-hand turn, you'll be looking dead at Mount Mitchell.
Really? Oh, wow. You're super, super close. Well, you have a lot of activity yourself in your own backyard.
Well, I did, but I haven't had any hadn't had any activity cryptid-wise in a little over a month.
Really? Do you think that maybe they're moving and what is that called? Making babies?
If I'm not bad fooled from the evidence we found further over in western North Carolina, over towards around Franklin and Cherokee in the past 2 weeks, I think right now the reason why all the activity is sort of dying down, they're watching the mamas close.
I see. Okay.
Because I'd say, now this is just a theory.
Okay.
Judging from the encounters, all the stories and reports that we've been getting on, sightings and everything else.
Yeah.
Everything ramps up usually towards the last of May. It'll be spotty just a little bit until you hit September.
Oh.
Then in September and October, they really ramp up and stay that way until about end of February, 1st of March. We're thinking that now, like I said again, this is just theory. It's not etched in stone, and it's not scientific fact.
Right.
I think they have a gestation period about like a goat. They go into rut in the fall of the year, the males do.
Yeah.
About like buck deer when you're deer hunting. And in the spring of the year, and if you do the math on it, is anywhere between 5 and 5.5 months. Same way a goat will carry, whether they've got triplets, quads, who knows? I mean, they may only have one little one. They may have twins. Then again, just like a goat, they could carry up to 4, depending. And the male goats, not comparing them to a male Bigfoot, but the difference between the two, the male Billy don't care. I mean, he's done his deed. He's looking for the next one. Okay. Seeing that the Bigfoot males has to be, the main protector of the whole clan and everything else.
Right.
After their deed's been done, they kind of like wolves in a way. Once they mate for life, and they will protect the den, whether it be above ground or whether it be in a cave somewhere, or whatever. And only certain ones out of the tribe is allowed to go outside, because what we found in 2 weeks ago over on the far end of western North Carolina, over around Cherokee, we got to finding plenty of pine limbs being broke off and piled up in some of the craziest places where humans don't normally go, and it's not storm damage. So I'm thinking, again, this is theory. They're using the pine boughs for bedding. They're also using the rosin out of the trees, to heal up, whether it be cuts or whether, the female Bigfoot has problems, delivered or, or whatever. And they've been a few sightings around first day of fishing season, and first one thing the other, of Bigfoot being near water catching fish. Well, you combine the pine rosin in with the fish oil. They know more about herbal ways than we do, because we have forgotten a whole lot of the old remedies and everything else. And and I'm thinking also they probably eat the pine needles and the pine bark itself, just like a goat does, because it's a natural dewormer. So, they'll have worms just like a goat will, and just like humans do. Humans have worms, and
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So I'm thinking that's probably what's going on. So if you get too close to where their nursery's at, you might wind up in a little bit of problem that you don't want. But I mean, like I said, that's speculation, that's theory. It's the only thing that makes logical sense. And if you look at everything in the whole complete perspective, what else could it be?
Right. Yeah.
I mean, I'm no medical doctor by no means, but when you take herbs from the earth and use it, for medicinal purposes, why wouldn't they use the pine rosin and everything else?
Right. Well, I'm sure they do. I mean, they've been here longer than us, I feel. That's my opinion. But, I'm sure they have all kinds of things that they do for remedies, or, or use things to, like they use in leaves, just like Native Americans, they use leaves or I know Donna would know, but they use natural things to help the wounds and stuff, and, it's funny you brought that up though about, actually, let's address Grace, because I do like her little comment here. I would think that I would think because their size, they would go over 9 months. Because normally us humans, we go 9 months, right? Sometimes we go a little over, just because the baby's not ready to come out. And I only speak on that because I've experienced it myself. But so what do you think about that? Sorry, I know we're getting off subject here, but it's just, I do find this very fascinating.
Well, it could be a possibility, not saying that it's not. But, when you take the encounters and you take the lack of encounters and add it into the equation and do the math on it, it roughly comes out to anywhere between 5.5 to almost 6 months, which I really and truly don't see a pregnant Bigfoot wandering around in the woods for 9 months, because, no offense, it's hard for, modern everyday woman to go to Walmart and her 8.5 months pregnant. She just don't feel like it. And,
yeah,
she's not going to go anywhere unless she absolutely has to.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Being, a biological creature, in my opinion, that Bigfoot is, a lot of people will argue, no, they're interdimensional. Well, even interdimensional beings have a gestation period inside themselves anyways. Whether you're talking about aliens or the Nephilim or the Anunnaki or, whatever you're talking about, they're going to have a gestation period anyways. So, why wouldn't it vary? I mean,
right.
You can only use human calculations to a certain point. Then you have to look at it at a different angle.
Yep. Yeah. I just find it fascinating. I find it fascinating. I know in Ohio, they're getting a lot of really big activity over there from what Donna and Rick and Mandy have been talking about. It's been crazy over there.
A lot of that, and it could be part of the migration process. That's just like the ones we have here. They'll migrate to a point, but they won't migrate no 100-mile or 50-mile, or they'll migrate probably 15 or 20 and then come back.
Yeah.
It just depends. Yeah. It just depends on their food source and shelter and water. But if they find an area where food source is plenty, water source is plenty, they're not going to be bothered or aggravated. Why would they need to go anywhere else? Yeah. They've got everything they
want. That's true. I mean, I can see that. Absolutely. Yeah. Did you find a story that you were able to gather that was at least not ruined in Grandpa's book?
Well, I think so. I'm hoping, if everything turned out the way it's supposed to. Because like I said, I had to skim that. This is story number 8. Because the rest of them, 1 through 5, I don't know what happened to them.
That's
seriously.
Not good.
I mean, I'm not going to sit here and blow smoke up somebody's butt and pee in their ear and tell them it's raining. I'll be honest as I can be. This one is story number 8. I know we're going to be jumping backwards and forwards, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sorry. Like I said, the technical fairy decided to come in and go, let's do for these people. Kabing! This one's called The Crying Baby in the Laurel Thicket. And we have no idea where this legend comes from. For some odd stupid reason or another, the location wasn't written down. Now, there's nothing more tempting or more dangerous than the sound of a baby crying in the woods, especially when they ain't no baby. Oh, it does tell where it is. I'm sorry. I apologize. Like I said, I've not read these stories. These are new to me, just like they are to y'all. Deep in the laurel thickets near Silo, folks swear they hear a newborn wailing after dark. Soft at first, then louder and closer. Legend says a woman named Hannah Price lost her child in a landslide back in the 1800s. Spent days searching, screaming, digging with her bare hands. When they finally pulled her away, she wasn't right anymore. She wandered into the laurel and never came back. Now the cry echoes through the brush. A lure, a trap, bait. One hunter followed the sound, thinking someone abandoned a baby. Found a bundle wrapped in cloth. Reached down, the cloth moved. He screamed. He ran. Didn't stop till he hit the road. When he told the sheriff, he said, it wasn't a baby. It was something shaped like one. Another feller said he saw a pale hand reach out of the thicket. Small, but wrong. Fingers too long, nails too sharp. And the cry, it changed pitch, turned into a life. So if you're ever walking near Silo, you hear a baby crying where there no baby should be, don't follow, don't search, don't get curious. Because Hannah ain't looking for her child. She's looking for somebody to replace it.
Oh, okay. That's that's a little messed up, I would say.
Yeah, I think that would, I believe that would constitute another Charmin moment.
I agree with you there. Yes, that definitely.
You might leave the house with blue BVDs on, but you will return with brown ones.
Right. Oh my goodness. Yeah, it reminds me of La Loren, or how do you say her name, where she takes other people's children. Yeah. Crazy.
Sort of reminds you a little bit of Spearfinger, don't it?
Yes. Yeah, good. That's a good point. Who was I talking? Oh, I was talking with Rachel, and we were talking about the Raven Mocker and the Spearfinger.
There's a possibility they
It was
could
quite
be one and the
interesting.
same.
There could be what?
There's a possibility Spearfinger and the Raven Mocker could possibly be one and the same.
Oh, really? That's an interesting theory there.
It depends on who tells the tale.
Okay. Okay. I actually remember I sent you that my short story that I did on the Raven Mocker. We should do that one time.
We will when I get better at trying to do what I'm seeing.
No, that sounds good. Let's see. Let's see. So Rick says, good one. Don't go looking for it, or it just might find it, or you might just find it, and it may not. Oh, sorry, I was itching my eye. May not be what you want it to find. True. Very, very true. I definitely am not going to look for it. Yeah. Very true. Let's see.
What you got?
All right. I've got, so this one I kind of found interesting. So let me do this. All right. So let's see. This one's near McVille.
Macaville?
Macaville, is that how you say it? Macaville? Okay, sorry.
Oh, you're fine. That's just down the road.
Oh, is it really? He's got all. Grandpa sure told a lot of places around here are there where you're at. All right. Cornfields look peaceful in the daytime, golden, waving, whispering in the breeze. But at night, they turn into walls, tunnels, and mazes. And some mazes got monsters. Out near Mecaville, there's an old field folks won't walk past after sundown. They say a woman lives in there, tall, thin, dressed in rags that hang off her like spider webs. Her hair long as the stalks. Eyes pale as moonlit milk. They call her the Corn Witch. Back in the 1800s, a farmer's wife named Elza Boone went mad after losing her baby. She wandered into the cornfield one night, humming lullabies, and never came back out. Next morning, they found her footsteps, but no Elza. Just a trail of bent, just a trail of bent stalks leading deeper and deeper until the path ended in a perfect circle, like something had been standing there waiting. Years later, kids dared each other to run through the field at night. One boy swore he saw a woman crouched between the rows, arms too long, fingers dragging in the dirt, head twitching like she was listening for him. He ran, tripped, felt a hand grab his ankle, cold and bony and strong. He kicked free, sprinted home, and didn't speak for 2 days. When he finally did, he whispered, she was humming, and she knew my name. Farmers say if you walk past the field at night, you'll hear the rustling that ain't the wind. You'll see stalks parting like something tall moving through them. And then you hear the woman humming a lullaby. Don't look, don't stop, don't breathe too loud. Because Elsa ain't looking for her baby anymore. She's looking for a replacement. Didn't you just read that one?
Sounded like it, didn't it?
Oh, no. You read a. I think he drank some too much moonshine.
Somebody's been in the jug, that's for sure. Lord have mercy.
No, I think because your story the story that you read in Grandpa's book was about Bigfoot, I thought. That's what I interpreted anyway.
I have no idea what he got into.
Juggling that jug.
Evidently.
Oh my God, now I got the giggles.
Like Jed Clampett would say, wee doggies.
That's true. He did. Oh my goodness. Yeah, the spear finger definitely intrigues me too. Sorry, I was reading Rick's comment about spear finger.
Well, I think I found one that may make some sense.
Okay.
The man who walks backward at midnight.
Okay. That sounds interesting.
Yeah, that's a sight to behold inside of itself, because I can't walk forward in the daylight.
I have trouble too sometimes. I kind of stumble over my own feet on occasion.
Well, I had a woman get plumb tickled at me at Walmart the other day.
Yeah.
I don't know what in the world was wrong. I was tripping over my own 2 feet, tripping over everything. I stood there and I looked at her and I said, she said, "Are you drunk?" And I said, "No, ma'am." I said, "I think I need to start drinking." I said, "At least I'll have an excuse. I can't walk worth a damn sober."
I like that. That's good.
All right. The man who walks backwards at midnight. There's a road. It's long, lonely, twisty. Old Mill Road. Folks say if you drive it at midnight, you might see a man walking down the center line. Tall, thin, dressed in old-timey clothes. But he ain't walking forward. He's walking backward. Slow and steady. Like he's retracing his last steps on earth. Legend says he was a mill worker who got crushed in the gears. Body twisted, neck snapped, feet pointing the wrong way. Now he walks the road the way he died. Backwards, bent, and broken. One woman said she slowed down to avoid hitting him. He turned his head all the way around and smiled. Another driver said he saw the man's reflection in his rearview mirror, but not in the road. And here's the part that'll chill your marrow. If he ever stops walking, if he ever turns fully towards you, if he ever starts moving forward, you won't make it home. So if you see a backwards walking man at midnight, don't slow down. Don't even stare.
Now, seriously, what would you do, Robert, if you actually saw a creepy man walking backwards on the street?
Well, my first reaction would be I'd be calling the local sheriff and tell him one of his crackheads is loose.
But then what about, I mean, if you, what would be your second reaction?
Second reaction, I'd be standing there rubbing my eyes, looking at him, going, "Am I seeing what I'm actually looking at?" But yeah,
Yeah.
that would freak anybody out. Seriously, a heart attack, it would.
Yeah. Especially if he's wearing like creepy looking clothes and stuff. Like, what did it say? Tattered or something like that. Then his clothes look all tattery and everything. Yeah, that'd be weird. I'd be like,
Oh,
what the heck is he on? Seriously.
yeah, that'd be my first thought. I'd be going, well, one of these meth addicts has got loose.
Yes, they definitely roam for sure. All right. Well, I'm going to read story 12. All right. Well, let's see. Grandpa didn't put where this one took place. So I'm just going to go ahead and listen or talk. I think I just need to start all over. It was such a busy day at work. I apologize. I can't even talk. I'm like fumbling over everything. I don't know if something's in the air or what's going on, but there's been a lot of chaos going on, whether it's out in the woods or with human people. Because I tell you what, it's been crazy.
Moon will be full at midnight.
I don't know if you. What's that?
The moon will be full at midnight.
Oh, that's right. Hey, and it's a pink moon, by the way, April 1st. We're supposed to have a pink moon. So, but all right, here we go. Let's see if I can read this one good. Actually, let me make it bigger. Because man, I feel like I'm going blind a little here. Sucks getting old. All right. Now listen close. There's a Bigfoot stories all over these mountains. Footprints, shadows, trees snap like matchsticks. But the one that haunts folks the worst ain't the biggest, ain't the meanest, ain't even the closest. It's the one that talks, not in words, not in wars, but in voices. Voices you know, voices you trust, voices that lead you straight into the dark if you ain't careful. They call it the mimicker of Devil's Backbone. Devil's Backbone is a ridge so narrow a man can stand with 1 foot in Yancey County, Yancey County. The other in Tennessee. Wind screams through there like it's been chased, and the trees lean away from the trail like they're trying to warn you. Old folks say something lives up there, something tall, something smart, something that learned long ago the easiest way to catch a man is to sound like someone he loves. One fall, a hunter named Rayburn went missing. His brother Clyde went looking. Found Rayburn's boot prints, then found a second beside him. Bigger, wider, deeper. Fog rolled in. Clyde heard Rayburn's voice calling from the trees. Clyde, help me. Clyde followed. That was his mistake. The voice got closer, too close, too perfect. Then Clyde saw a shape, tall, broad, arms long enough to drag to the ground. Eyes wrong, face wrong, voice perfect. It whispered, come here. Clyde ran, didn't stop till he hit the ranger station. Search parties found Rayburn's gear, never found Rayburn. But hikers still hear voices in the fog, voices of loved ones, voices of friends, voices of folks who ain't anywhere near the mountain. One boy heard his mama singing a lullaby she hadn't sung in 20 years. One hunter heard his own voice calling from the trees. So if you ever wander Devil's Backbone and hear something calling your name, don't answer, don't follow, don't trust your own ears, because Bigfoot don't need claws to catch you, not when he can borrow the voice of someone you died to save. That's creepy.
Yeah, it is.
Dang, that's evil. That's evil. That's paranormal kind of evil.
Big time.
Ooh. Yeah. The mimic, like the spirits that mimic, because they're not the good ones.
No, they're not.
Mm-mm. No.
I've got one, and then we'll do one. We'll let you do one more because we're closing in on our time frame.
Alrighty.
This one's called the old woman who sits in empty deer stands.
Okay.
Now, if you're a deer hunter, you might have encountered something other similar to this.
Mm-hmm.
Hunters in these mountains know how to check their stands before climbing up. Not for bears, not for snakes, for her. They call her the stand sitter. An old woman with long gray hair, her back's bent, eyes black as coal dust. She sits perfectly still in abandoned deer stands, hands folded, staring at nothing. One hunter climbed up before dawn, sat down, felt the seat shift. He turned. She was sitting right beside him. Didn't blink, didn't breathe. He didn't even move. He fell out of the stand, breaking his arm. Said she leaned over the edge and whispered, "You ain't supposed to be here." Another hunter found her sitting at his brand new stand that he had built the day before. She turned her head slow as winter molasses and said, "This one's mine now. And here's the part that'll freeze your blood. Every stand she sits in becomes cursed. Deer avoid it. Birds won't even land near it. And anyone who hunts from it don't come home the same. So if you climb into your deer stand and feel someone sitting beside you, don't look, don't speak, don't breathe too loud, because she ain't waiting for deer. She's waiting for you."
Oh, I love it, but it's so creepy at the same time. Dang. Yeah, that's like, how can you not breathe though when you get that sense? For me anyway, I'm going to speak on myself. Because I sense when spirits are by me. So how, if something and if it's negative, I definitely feel it, because you feel like their energy. And boy, like I go like this. I'm like, okay, I got to move, and I'll move myself from the area. But if you're in a stand and you're waiting to, catch a deer or kill a deer and stuff, but She's up there with you. Oh,
I'll tell you a story that sort of halfway mimics this one that actually happened to me. I was probably around 18-year old,
yeah.
and back then, I mean, ghosts were on my radar,
Yeah.
but as far as doing paranormal investigations at that age, I wasn't doing them. Bigfoot wasn't even on my radar. I mean, I'd heard about the subject, thought, like everybody else did, that's only in the Himalayas, uh, down at down in Arkansas, and out west. And first one thing another like that, I didn't think anything of it. I mean, it didn't even click or register.
Right.
One particular morning, I got up. It was a little bit later than what I wanted to hit the woods in. It was during bow season. I got it up towards where my stand was at. This was probably around about 8 o'clock that morning. I thought, well, I've about goofed up. It's a little bit too early. And normally
Yeah.
when I go into my stand, I always seen ground squirrels, seen gray squirrels, heard birds chirping, the woods acting normal. Well, I got about 60 yards from my stand, everything went dead quiet. I mean, just as dead quiet as being in the middle of a graveyard at midnight. Wasn't no
Wow.
wind, wasn't no squirrels, wasn't no chipmunks, wasn't no nothing. I mean, it was
Wow.
like you were instantly being watched.
Yeah.
Well, I eased onto the tree, tied my bow off, climbed up, got set down, pulled my bow up, got everything set up. And I had the awfulest feeling I was being watched. Well, all of a sudden, in about 15 minutes of sitting there with, wood's dead. I mean, just as graveyard dead as it could get. So I'm sitting there thinking something other's not right.
Yeah.
Something's not right. That's what I kept constantly thinking. Well, it was like a voice that came out of the blue, like somebody was sitting in the tree stand with me. The voice said, "It's time to go." So I about forget
No.
where I'm at. I
Yeah.
jump and I'm looking around like, who said that? So I thought somebody had slipped up to the tree because it
Yeah.
was, as audible as I'm talking to you.
Yeah.
So I sat there another minute or two, and then his voice said, I said, it's time to go. Well, I
What?
said it just like, I'd be talking to you right now. I said, you don't have to tell my little dumb ass more than twice. I'm out of here, man. So I get down out of the tree and start down.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I stop. There's this god awful stench comes through the woods. I have no idea where it's coming from. It smelled just exactly like an open sewer mixed in with two dead dogs, mixed in with rotten potato peelings, and the smell that rotten shrimp that's been in a
Oh.
tub in 95-degree heat for 3 days, all rolled into one, is what it basically smelled. It was
Oh.
enough to just about make you puke. First thought was, a buddy of mine said that a buddy of his or his cousin, one, can't remember which one he said, was in a couple counties over, about a month prior to that, had been deer hunting, and this hippie showed up, messing his deer hunt up, and was throwing rotten fruit at him. So my first thought was, this idiot has migrated to my area, and this retard has took a 5-gallon bucket of crap and poured it at the bottom of my tree. And I'm going to get that mess all over me when I come down. If I get down out of this tree and that idiot's standing there, he liables to get harpooned because I might shoot him over there.
Yeah.
That's something other you don't do. It's a felony to mess with somebody a deer hunting, no matter what they're doing. It's against the law in the state of North Carolina.
Okay.
Well, I come on down the tree being, real easy, thinking, at the time this is what was actually going on.
Right.
Wasn't nothing. Wood still just as dead could be, nothing moving. So I go ahead and I go back home. Mama looks at me and she said, "Did you shoot anything?" "No." "Did you see anything?" "No." And I told her what happened. She stood there and scratched her head and said, "Something's coming through them woods that does not want you to be there when it comes through." She didn't say what. She didn't give no hints of anything. So I sat there till about 12:30, and my curiosity's eating me up. I've got to figure out what this is.
Right.
Well, I gather my bow up, and I go over to the safe. Mama said, "What are you doing?" Normally, I don't do this because it's illegal to do as well.
Okay.
I got Mama's pistol out of the safe. She said, "You better have that pistol back in that safe before your daddy gets home because you know what's going to happen if you don't." I said,
Right.
"Yes, ma'am." So I take Mama's pistol, I stick it down in my breeches because she didn't have a holster for it. So I go back up there. I'm thinking, well, I've got 6 arrows and I've got 6 bullets. If whatever's up there takes a notion to do something other, if it's flesh and blood, at least I've got a little dab of a fighting chance to get it off of me, try and get to the house. I'll at least draw blood anyways. That way people won't think I've cuckoo, lost my mind, smoking them left-handed cigarettes or eating them magic mushrooms or whatever. But, honest to God, no joke. I get up there and get within 60 yards of my deer stand. The woods is normal. Chipmunks is running and playing. Squirrels are dancing through the laurel thicket, dancing in the hickories, and everything else, doing what squirrels do, play and act a fool and the whole 9 yards. Wind is acting normal, and the woods actually feel like the woods again.
Really?
So I sit there until almost dark, and I hear something other easing around the ridge, and I get to looking, and it's deer. And I said, well, I'm not leaving empty-handed, so I harvested a deer that evening and drug it home. But still to this day, what it actually was, I have no idea. But, being the cryptozoologist that I turned out to be, I'm kind of in a way thinking that could have possibly been a Bigfoot that came through.
Yeah.
As far as the voice goes, could it be mind speak, or could it be a guardian angel that wanted me out of there and did not want me to see what was coming? Because at that time, I didn't know what to look for. Had no clue. Period. No clue. So, I'm not going to swear that it was, and I'm not going to swear that it wasn't.
Right. That's kind of interesting because, with the experience that you have now, when you think about it, that possibly could very well have been a Bigfoot, and he possibly could have definitely been warning you for something that might have been coming. So it's kind of interesting. Wow. That's a fascinating. Like, and how old again were you? You were in your teens, right?
I was probably close to 18-year-old.
Okay. Okay. Wow. That's
And back then I was deadly with a bow and arrow. I mean, extremely deadly with a bow and arrow.
Nice.
My night vision was perfect. I mean, I was just about ready to get out of high school. So, I mean, I knew my way around the woods quite well because I'd been deer hunting by myself probably since I was about 12 or 13.
Okay. That's awesome. So is it a natural bow? What am I trying to say? A natural bow, or the ones that you pull back and crossbow? That's what I was thinking.
No, back then crossbows were illegal in state of North Carolina. They're legal now, but back then they were illegal. And no, mine wasn't the what they call the traditional recurve, something other similar to what the Indians use. I had a compound, which is one of those that has the wheels and pulleys on it. When you pull it back, it takes the pressure off the string, and you can stand there and hold it. If you've got it set correctly, you can hold a 72-pound pull bow. That's what I had mine set on. You can sit there and hold it for about 6 or 8 minutes and never get tired. And if a deer presents a clean shot, then you can take it. And if it don't, you can ease the bow down and salvage the arrow and either wait for the deer to come back or wait for it to present a different shot.
Right. That's interesting. It brings back memories when I was in high school, PE. Mm-hmm. And they were teaching us how to use a bow, and shooting an arrow at the target and everything. And I remember that. And I remember it hurting my hand because, it comes, it hits you and stuff. And I was like, it was cool. But at the same time, I was like, I want to be inside.
Well, don't feel bad. I've burnt my arm up many a time. You got to learn to turn your arm a different way and lock your elbow. And then that way, when the string goes by your arm, it doesn't touch it. Took me about 2 years to learn that.
Really?
Yeah,
that's cool though that you were that good though.
I wore an arm guard for the longest time and had plenty of what we call battle scars on it, where the string had hit it. And once you learn to turn your arm a certain way and lock your elbow, that string won't touch it.
Nice. That's cool. So Rick says they had something, or they had the same thing happen to him and Mandy at a waterfall encounter. It still bothers us.
Wow. Mm-hmm. I think I remember him mentioning something like that when he was on NCI a few weeks ago.
Yeah. I do remember them talking about going to the waterfall place and everything, but I think it was the smell. Correct me if I'm wrong, Rick. It was the smell, I think, wasn't it? Yeah. It's interesting. I don't know. I'm just anxious to get out into the Kentucky woods when I get out there. Who knows?
I'll tell you what, if that place is anywhere near the LBL, be careful.
I don't know if it is. Rick, Mandy, y'all know? I can't
remember if it is or not, but those woods are extremely dangerous, and unless you've got somebody that knows what they're doing and knows the layout of it, don't wander off the trail far. Stay within eye shot of the trail. If you get on a trail, I mean, this goes for anywhere, not only the LBL, but as far as any place else. If you're not familiar with the area and you're basically geographically ignorant of the place, don't go out of eye shot.
Yeah.
Always find you a marker. If it helps, go to the local hardware store. I think you might be able to pick them up at Walmart. Get you a bright colored ribbon marker tape, something other like a hot pink or a hot orange, something other that your eye will pick up on. Tie it to a limb, and if you get turned around and go, oops, where did the trail go? And you see that marker, you'll pretty much know how to get back to where you're supposed to be at.
Right. So Rick says it's not near the LBL. It's near Daniel Boone National Forest.
Oh, that's a hot spot inside of itself.
Well, that's what he just said too. He goes, there's been a lot of Bigfoot sightings around the Red River Gorge, and a lot of caves are there. Well, I guess we'll be going out hiking. That's for sure. Well, I showed you where we're staying.
Oh, yeah. That was extremely nice.
Yes. I can't wait.
Yeah, you'll be big pimping on that one.
Right. I'd be like, I'm out here in the Red River Gorge area pimping my hoodie.
There you go.
And then when we're out there, we decided today to go to the Waverly Hills Sanitarium because of your amazing idea, because it's only, an hour and 28 minutes from where we're going to be at. So, see, I already told him, Rick. I told him, I said, y'all can stay. It's got 23, it sleeps 23 people, the place that we're getting.
Party pad.
Yeah. Yeah, we're looking forward to it. I can't wait. I need a vacation. It's gonna be fun.
I can't wait to get up there either. I don't want the year to speed up, but I'll be glad when that time comes. We've got some
we're gonna have a blast.
Lined up this year with NCI. I mean, putting all jokes aside, I love getting out there and talking to the people. I love, hearing other people's encounters. In my opinion, I love the subject of Bigfoot and Dogman and paranormal and everything else, but I'd rather 10 to 1 odds hear from somebody else than let everybody hear from me all the time. Because, I mean, I'm only limited at what I've experienced. Other people, they may experience something other that, just brings up a whole new theory, and you never know. And granted, you're gonna have your serious group, then you're gonna have your crackpot group. And I'm not gonna lie, the crackpot groups gets on my nerves. I mean,
I just wish that the hatefulness would stop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, I wish everybody can just get along, though. Because even in the paranormal world, I was actually on the Sean Kelly show with Donna just recently, and and it was talked about how he asked me, he says, is there anything that bothers you about the paranormal world? And I said, well, it's not just the paranormal world that bothers me, it's the cryptid world, because now that I'm getting more into the cryptid side of things, I said, I hate hearing how everybody just bashes certain people. I said, it's unnecessary. We're all here doing the same thing. We all want to be learning. And I'm sorry, but, and also too, and this is just my opinion though, not everybody has all the facts. We only can take what we've got gathered and try to put all the puzzle pieces together on understanding the cryptids. But no one's an expert and no one has all the facts and say, yes, this is what it is. Because truly, we might find evidence and it makes sense. They're theories. That's our ideas, right? Like when you guys see things out there, you're kind of, okay, what does this structure mean? What does this mean? What does that mean? We may never really know what things do mean or the markers they leave. Obviously, it's like the rocks that they stack up. Is that a marker? Is that saying, hey, this is our area? Is it our, their clan? We don't know yet. We're still trying to understand and figure it out. Or you guys are the ones that are out in the woods all the time. So, I just wish, and then the paranormal world, same thing. Like, bashing each other is not helping. It's just making, you're representing your podcast like that. I'm sorry, but that's so unprofessional in my opinion. We should all be supporting each other and being there for each other because we're all doing the same thing. So, and no one's better than each other.
Everybody has different theories and different methods of doing things. And, if something other don't really truly make sense to me, I'm going to look at them, kind of tilt my head sideways and give them the confused dog look and go, all right, explain that. And if I don't get it on the second or third try, I have no problem with looking at them the fourth time and going, run that by me one more time, because it's kind of like Jeff Dunham and Peanut. Meow.
So, I love him.
But I mean, as far as now, granted, I have run into a few people that, you can basically look at them and tell the lights are on, there's nobody home, and they definitely ain't no bats in the belfry.
Yeah.
And, people like that, I don't know how to explain it, but, other than being just brutally honest about it. But it goes back to the old saying, it only takes just a few rotten apples to ruin the whole bucket.
Yep.
And when you throw that into the mix and trying to weed through that nonsense, it makes it harder than what it actually is. And plus you got other entities, and I'm not talking paranormal.
Right.
Those who know what I'm talking about knows I'm right. You've got other entities that wants to horn in, try to stall and slow you down to keep you. And the only reason why they do that, you're hitting too close to the truth.
True. Yeah. And they don't want that truth to be known.
No.
So, yeah. And Grace, you mentioned, in my humble opinion, the people in the South aren't causing the trouble in the cryptid world. Well, there's a lot of podcasts out there, many, 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 many. I'm not saying in a particular area, but it's just when I say podcast world or paranormal world, big cryptid world, whatever, it does. I just feel that anybody that wants to sit and talk foul on others or put another podcast down, it's just, to me, in my opinion, I think it's just so wrong. Like I said, we should all be getting along and sharing each other's information and learning from each other. Exactly. It's upsetting. I think it's upsetting that some people are so factual. Oh, this is the facts. Oh, really? When did you become a Bigfoot doctor? Or whatever.
Yeah, I mean,
so
it's amazing how, a lot of people will swear this, that, and the other. Well, in some cases you actually can, but in a lot of cases you actually can't. It's just like, when me and you both do paranormal investigations, what works on this one location, the methods that you use on the next one won't even apply until you get the basics and get the background and the history of what's actually going on, you
Right.
can use that method of investigation. It could produce the results that you're looking for. Then again, you're having to sit there and scratch your head and go, wait a minute, this ain't working. What do we have to do now? So,
Right.
I mean, it's a crapshoot any way you look, but we're not in a race with anybody. There's no, $1 million waiting on you at the finish line. It's just,
Right.
if you're into cryptozoology, like we are, it's not for fame and fortune, it's for information, history, and trying our best to get to the truth. Now,
Yeah.
if something other was to happen, that's just, it's for S's and G's. Let's just say we stumble upon a cadaver in the woods. It's shaggy, it's hairy, and we can tell that 7 foot tall. Something's happened to it. The rest of them's abandoned it for some odd reason or another and didn't take it with them. And we get lucky to get it out of the woods.
Yeah.
Let's take the other part of the equation of what would happen out of it. And, you're on the face of National Geographic. You're on the cover of the Rolling Stone, New York Times, whatever the case might be. And everybody's hugging your neck, and you got all this fame and fortune. Is it worth it in the end?
It depends on that person.
Yeah. In actual reality, if you did encounter the same situation, put everything back into the equation, your life is shot.
Yeah. Well, and some people, unfortunately,
the government's not going to allow you to have any fame and fortune. You're not going to gain your 15 minutes of fame. You're not going to dance in the spotlight. Your life will be turned upside down.
Yep, exactly.
That's just like the witnesses to Mothman that was in West Virginia up there in Point Pleasant. MIBs, according to everybody up there, and I don't see where any of them would be lying. They reported what they saw. Even one reporter was threatened. Guys came in. You need to stop reporting that. You need to stop telling people that. You need to, and put fear. But I understand to a degree why they do that. There's too much money to be lost. Then they'd have to create a whole new team to go out there, map everything, watch everything, monitor everything. And we saw how the general public acted during COVID. I'm not going to lie. People went full-blown stupid.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Everybody had it in their head that virus couldn't go but 6 feet, and that was it. Plexiglass, it couldn't go around it. And, if you followed arrows like cattle down through the grocery store, that virus was hovering, looking down, going, when one of these fools steps out of line, we're going to get them. It don't work that way.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, people. I mean, we've seen the insanity, the ignorance, the stupidity of what. And if the government was to come on national television, first thing at 8 o'clock in the morning, go, ladies and gentlemen, right here's what we've got. This is it. La di da di da di da. It would be mass pandemonium.
Exactly. So Mandy says, because you don't agree with someone, that says, or listen, because you don't agree with something someone says doesn't mean that their research is incorrect. A lot of it's perception. And not one person perceives things exactly the same. Exactly. We do look at things. We might look at things the same, but there's times we don't. Just like our paranormal world, when you might see things a little differently than I do, but that doesn't make us wrong or incorrect or whatever. We just have different experiences and our own thoughts. But imagine this, y'all, even the audience, you guys are watching. Picture this. You're at home, minding your business, doing your regular thing. Imagine how people in this world would react if every single cryptid alien came out of nowhere and showed themselves to all of us. You know how many people would be freaking the F out? Sorry for my F, but you know what I'm saying. They would lose their poo-poo and have to go change their drawers quickly. And people would go chaos. Guns galore, shooting each other, trying to, like, it would be insane. This is why they hide. I don't know. We people out there who don't believe in this stuff would lose it. They would be so shooken up. And I think that's part of the reason why the government kind of keeps it hush hush and doesn't want certain things, because some people that, again, don't believe in this, they would not be able to handle it.
No.
Just imagine, picture that in your head for all the cryptids out there in the freaking world that are hiding and that are out there, and including the aliens. If they come walking out and bam, here we are, you can't tell me everybody like, oh yes, they are here. No, people would be freaking out big time. Now, some of us would be like, oh my God, yes, taking pictures like they're, doing a photo shoot. But you get what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, I can so picture that. Them come walking out of the forest line, all of them. And there's plenty of them. People would literally freak out.
Yeah, they would. You'd see a lot of people kill over with a heart attack on just by pure sight. That's just like,
Yeah.
A lot of people swears that we're not in the middle of a spiritual warfare day in and day out. If humans were actually able to see the battle that goes on that we can't really and truly see, and no, I'm not preaching, I'm just stating my own opinion.
Okay. Yeah.
You'd see a mass explosion of church houses. You would see people, their hair turn white. A lot of them would kill over dead with a heart attack on sight. That inside itself would be pure pandemonium, and it'd be complete mayhem.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The general public today cannot handle it.
No. Nope. But again, I can totally visualize, seriously, all of the cryptids coming out from that forest line and coming out into the communities and the homes and in the cities even. Like hundreds, thousands, or millions of them, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Seriously.
Oh, yeah.
So Rachel says, because that's her Haint, Hex, and Holler. Operation Mockingbird is real everything. That we hear on the square box must be facts. Operation Mockingbird. What was that?
Make you think.
Have you heard of
what you're being told is supposed to be the truth, and it's actually not?
Yeah, there's been a lot of our history that was taught to us growing up that wasn't true. Exactly. And I didn't find out until I, got a little older and finding out that all this stuff that we were taught as a child and in our, junior high school years, and it wasn't true at all. So it's like, how can you? I don't know. I don't know. Some things just
Well,
make
you
me
take
shake
lost
my head.
civilizations, for example. A lot
What's
of them
that? Sorry.
lost civilizations. A lot of them, they swear, oh, well, that was just a mythical place. Okay, if that's a mythical place, why are we finding artifacts from so-called said period in time?
Yeah. Right.
Take the Grand Canyon, for example. Explain to me on the location of where the Grand Canyon is and where the pyramids of Egypt in Giza or however you say it are located. Why are we finding Egyptian artifacts in the Grand Canyon?
Wait a minute. Hold on. When did this start occurring? I'm interested now. Wait, what? I love Egyptian.
Happened in the past 2 years.
Really? Oh my gosh. So they've been over here, or somebody has brought Egyptian artifacts over here. Some.
And if I'm not bad fooled, I think some of the old Mayan temples, they had a few Egyptian hieroglyphics on those temples.
The temples out there in Egypt, right? Is that what you're talking about?
No, I'm talking about the Mayan temples.
Oh, the Mayan temples. Yes. I have heard about that.
Well, if that be the case, how did the Egyptians get there? You know good and well they didn't take a dang canoe and row that far.
No. No. Oh gosh, you make that. Now you're making me scratch my head. How in the heck could they have Egyptian glyph, whatever they call them? I say that word wrong every time. Hieroglyphics or whatever on their monuments. Well, and another thing is too, the Mayans, Egyptians, and whatever else, they have oddly shaped people, spaceships. They've etched spaceships in their monuments or whatever in their inside the. Now I'm all excited and I'm stumbling on my words because now you just started a whole amazing conversation. I love this stuff. I'm telling you, I love this. Oh my God. This is a really good show tonight. Well, our shows are always good, but you know what I mean. I love this stuff. It really makes you think.
And the rabbit hole goes on forever, and it has more twists and turns in it than a kudzu vine. And some of them will cross over, and there's quite a few of them won't.
Yeah.
So you never know what you're going to encounter, history-wise or, artifact-wise or even cryptid-wise. You have no idea. That's just like, they claim Megalodon died out 2 billion years ago. No, it didn't. As violent as our oceans are, and they're finding intact Megalodon teeth with extractable DNA still in that. If it was a actual fossil, it would either A, be embedded in coral somewhere, or B, as violent as our oceans are, them teeth would be ground into dust.
Yeah.
So we've only explored 5% of our oceans.
Mm-hmm.
So who's to say Megalodon don't have the ability, just exactly like the bull shark does? The bull shark has been found in the Ohio River. It's one of the only species of shark that can reprogram its whole biological system and live in fresh water.
Yeah.
So if that species can do that, who's to say megalodon ain't still out there?
Yeah. So I wanted to bring up this comment that Robin made because it's actually a very interesting question here. She says, hello all, what if the Egyptians were in North America, like the Grand Canyon?
Mm-hmm. If they're finding artifacts,
could very well be.
But the on how they got here would be very extremely questionable, because it would be a long walk, probably longer than the trying to take a boat, which back then I don't think they had, great big wooden boats to handle that kind of abuse out on the ocean. If they walked from Egypt, come up through Russia, cross the land bridge before everything, and then come straight down, why aren't we finding Egyptian artifacts in Canada, Alaska, and places like that? We're not. We're finding them about in a direct line. How did they get there? I personally don't think that they had, now they could have had, but I won't swear to that, the technology to build a boat that would withstand how rough and violent our oceans are, to sail from Egypt over into the Gulf of Mexico or Gulf of America, whatever the crap it's called now, and beach right down there, and then walk over into where Grand Canyon's at.
Well, remember too, when Egyptians were around and the Mayans and all that, our world was not shaped like it is now. No. So it might have been easier for them to travel to over here at that time. Yeah.
That would be the only explanation, would be before the tectonic plates split. But we don't have the official timeline on when that happened. It's all speculation.
Yes, and theory.
I get a lot of rocks thrown at me for saying this, but I'll stand on it, because there wasn't nobody around back then to record this crap. Carbon dating, in my opinion, is nothing no more than an uneducated guess.
Well, I mean, if you stop and thinking about it, though, like they can only go off, just like when at the Grand Canyon, you see the water levels and the different dark colors of the rock, right? And how right. So it's their guess. It's their, or just like, here's another kind of, sort of like an example, like how old is a tree? Well, you count the lines, right? So it's just like counting the lines of the, so Rachel says Egyptian artifacts have actually been found in the Grand Canyon. Those ropes are not there to keep you from falling off and busting your brain. They've been found here in the Western North Carolina too. Oh, really?
Awesome. Okay. Rachel would pull a rabbit out of her hat. She's a smart character.
Yes, she is. Yes, she is. And then that is why the flooded all the lakes around here. Okay. I'm loving this. This is some, gosh, dang, we got that. What's that? Sorry.
I said, that sounds extremely possible.
Yeah. And then Robin says the Grand Canyon, where the public is mostly prohibited, has tons of plateaus that look like melted sphinx and gold. Really? I did not know that.
Yeah, you need to look into that. It's freaky.
I guess. Really? Okay. Thanks, Robin. I'm gonna definitely look into that. Some theories suggest that the Grand Canyon was a mining operation, and it looks like a copper mine pit. Okay. I can see where there's some could mining be down in there. Yeah.
There's supposed to be quite a bit of gold in the Grand Canyon too, but you're not allowed to
Do it.
go to it. There's, from what I was reading not too long ago, you can take a boat and go through the river that I think it's Colorado River. I think it goes through the middle of the Grand Canyon. I might be wrong on the name of the river, but there are certain spots you are not allowed to get off that boat.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, if you get off that boat, they know it.
So why? Why is that?
It's forbidden zones.
Really? Oh my gosh.
Why?
So what? They shoot you or do they take you? You don't know?
Or you probably go to federal jail because that's a federal.
Oh yeah, true. True. Yeah.
And federal jail is not fun.
I don't know. I don't want to go. I'm good.
No, I've seen a few federal court cases in my day. No, you don't want to go before a federal judge because he has no sense of humor.
Oh, I bet not,
No.
actually. I bet not. And I'm sure the attorneys are pretty gnarly.
Yeah, they trying to figure out exactly the way to put this. In other words, if you go in there with an attitude, you will FAFO in a heartbeat.
I bet. Yeah. I had the privilege to hike the Grand Canyon many times as a kid to the bottom, and the donkey rides down there in 1960s and 70s. Ooh, nice, Robin. I have not yet done that. I would like to. And then Harold says, is there not supposed to be a pyramid structures that have been found under the Lake Norris in northeast Tennessee by Claiborne County area? Really?
I've heard tell of that.
Huh. Wow. I don't think I've ever heard of that before. That's interesting. Good night, Rick. He's got to get up at 4 a.m. He says, great show. Thank you.
Yeah,
I know we actually didn't need to read more stories. Your story was great. And then we got on a whole different platform of subjects.
Well, whatever strikes is what we go with.
Yeah. No, it's been I've been enjoying myself. I always enjoy myself though on the shows with you. So we always have a good time talking.
I enjoy being with you too.
It's fun. We have a lot of giggles. Get it? Sorry, I couldn't help myself on that one.
There you go.
You. And then Rachel says, does anyone want to go down the rabbit hole on how there was a free electricity, but for some reason the government can't in and flooded towns? Look up Chicago World's Fair 1800s and the Cabbage Patch Children. Okay, Rachel, we got to have a sit down and talk, girl, because man, she's bringing up some good topics here. I've never heard of the Cabbage Patch Children. Have you, Robert?
No, the only Cabbage Patch Children I ever heard tell of was the Cabbage Patch dolls them girls had back in grade school.
Yep, I did. I had one, and I loved her. Yeah, she was. I can't remember her name. But...
that could possibly be another channel we could create.
Oh, okay. I'm down. Let's do it. Why not?
Sounds like a plan to me.
Yeah, me too. All right.
Well, I guess we better let everybody go to bed because some of them's going to be scratching their head all night, and the other's going to be peeping out the window to see what's looking back at them.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
and there's a few of them out there they're going to turn around and say, "Ain't Gertrude? It's too dark to walk home. Do you care if I stay till daylight?" Hey, that's what Grandpa's old Haint tales is here for.
Right, exactly.
It'll scare you to death, make you scratch your head, and even cause you to hit the jug a time or two if you need to.
Yeah. So, hey, this is interesting. So, Robin said that, Rachel, have you seen the first movie ever made, black and white, 1930s, quite horrifying, Cabbage Patch Kids for real? She said it's on YouTube. Okay, I'm going to have to dig that up and take a look and watch.
Yeah,
wow.
We're going to have to
remember anything like that?
Out on that one.
You don't recall that?
I don't, but I'm going to have to drag out the old gold pick and see what kind of gem she come up with.
Yeah. That's interesting. I'm going to have to check that out. Yeah. And it's quite horrifying.
Awesome.
I know, right?
I love them old black and white horror films like the old Dracula and First One Thing and Another.
Right? They're so good. I love the vampire ones. Good old Dracula. I'm going to suck your blood. Sorry.
And the old Frankenstein, Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah. Yeah. So good.
We'll be here till 2 o'clock in the morning.
I know.
Oh, Lord.
Well, you want to wrap it up then?
Why, sure. Tell us where we can find you at.
Oh, my goodness gracious. Well, on here, of course, Grandpa's Old Haint Tales, Covenant Curiosity podcast with my host, Donna, and my other co-hosts. It's grown so much. It's crazy, but I'm excited about it. I can't wait until we can really start having topic discussions. We're going to go international. We're getting on an airplane and fly and go to different locations and talk about things that maybe someone hasn't heard about. So we'll see.
Sweet.
Yeah. So you'll have to come on as a guest co-host and join us on those conversations.
I heard that, I did.
All righty. And then you can find me on the Haunted and Hunted Case Files on Wednesdays. Actually, tomorrow we've got a show, and that is at 7 Pacific Standard Time, so 9 Eastern. And then I'm on Monsters Unleashed on Saturdays. That is 6 o'clock. There's so many times now. I got to remember. 5 o'clock p.m. my time. Or no, 6. It is 6. Sorry. I got to write all this down. I have a lot of shows I'm doing. So I'm on Monsters Unleashed on Saturdays, and then Sundays is mine. But yeah, just busy. I'm on Instagram, social media. You can find me on Covenant Curiosity Podcast. I have too many now. Like, it's a lot. And all my social medias. Whew. Yeah,
like me, too many pokers to follow.
What's that?
I said, you're about like me. You got too many pokers in the fire.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot. But it's fun. I enjoy it.
Oh, yeah. Most fun I've had in a long time.
Yes. It's a good show. I love this show.
And if anybody wants to look for me, I'm here every Tuesday and Thursday nights here on Grandpa's Old Haint Tales at 7 p.m. on the same nights. Eastern Standard Time be the NCI podcast. You can find me at TikTok. I'm trying to remember what my TikTok was. It's it's Cryptid Investigations, NCI North Carolina Investigates. Instagram is nci.rob. And you can find me on Facebook. And anywhere else, you can probably find me down at the Walmart, down at the Waffle House. You can find me at the Nervous Hospital. You can find me at the barn. I'm not a hard killer to find.
Just type in Robert or NCI. You'll find him.
I'm pretty well sure the MIB's got a drone in the air. If you can key in on their frequency, they'll tell you exactly where I'm at.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Robin. You have a lovely night too. Thank you for watching.
Good night, dear. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, that concludes Grandpa's old Haint Tales and Rabbit Hole session. So with that, we'll see you on Thursday and each and every week on Tuesday and Thursday nights. Y'all be good, behave, be pretty, and bicycle.
Bicycle.
I'll get my mouse to work.
Sitting on the porch as the evening fades, old man in the shadows with stories that invade. The wind howls a tune like a ghostly call. He leans in close as you'll hear their thrall. Legends of the night, of things unexplained in these haunted hills where sanity's strained. He whispers soft warnings, his eyes aglow. The things that you seek are the things you don't know. Oh, the hills are alive with shadows and dread, strange whispers in the night, like voices of the dead. Bigfoot in the thickets, dogmen on the prowl. When the darkness settles in, hear the monsters howl. He talks of old legends of foul flickering lights, mischief in the moonbeam on those restless nights. The dogman's howling a sound that chills the bone, with claws like daggers it prowls alone. And Bigfoot's shadow towering and fierce, a creature of the wild, making wanderers pierce through the foggy abyss where they shouldn't tread, knowing not all stories are merely in your head.